sayurnya itu jangan kepenuhan jelek.
Apaan sih cuma sayur? Kita kan cuma makan belum like 2 minutes. That's all. Hey guys, my name is Caramia and welcome to my YouTube channel. I've always wanted to say that. So I wanted to give you a little bit of context first. Right now, Indonesia is not doing so well with COVID. In fact, I think the government is trying to make it mandatory to go work from home again and do social distancing even more than what it was before. So that being said, now that we're all basically back home, that if you still live with your parents, fortunately I still do with mine, you have to deal with your parents a lot. And for me, it's even more so because I basically work with my mother 24/7, minus the time that we sleep. So today, with that said, we're going to share about how to get along with your mom. That's right, mom. Okay, so the first tip is to listen. I know, right? Like, we have to listen even more to our mom. Like, why? Well, to be honest with you, she probably feels really close to you, or like she can be honest with you. So a lot of times, the closer you are, the more argument, the more you know how to push their buttons. It's the same case with me and my mom. So when we're happy, we're so happy together. But when we're pissed, we know each other's hot buttons like no other. So that being said, do your best to listen. Like, she might be having a bad day and she doesn't know where to go and she feels comfortable with you. Me being an Asian female, an Indonesian female, but I was raised abroad for a very long time, we have different values, and sometimes that value creates a lot of friction. So my mom, coming from as a young adult in the 1980s, is very different to me coming of age and as an adult in the 2010 to 2020, right? It's, we have a lot. There's a lot more transparency now, a lot more people to learn from, whereas my mom didn't have that luxury. She had really strict expectations coming from a very conservative Christian North Sumatran background. You marry young, you have kids. Most of the time you become a stay-at-home housewife. At that time, it was very common. So that being said, me coming from America, I worked there, I grew up there. It was very difficult for me to come home and basically try to get along with her perspective, because in here it's very much respect the elders, right? And in general, that's a great principle to follow. It's just when we argue, we kind of go in the same level, and that doesn't usually work in an Asian culture. They still want to feel respected and like you have to do what I say, whereas coming from the West, I was taught like everyone's opinion matters. Nah, so that is already a huge fight between us. So when I started listening to what she has to say, even if I don't agree, because when you're a kid, like your daughter, that your mom loves you no matter what you say, and she'll still love you. But sometimes she also needs a place to know that her opinion matters, right? You don't know what's going on in your mom's head. So try to listen to what your mom, like really listen. So maybe, okay, what's our most recent argument? Yeah. I don't remember. We have so many. What was our most recent argument? And by the way, she's doing this camera, so she'll be joining us here in a minute. Okay, so I'm a very efficient person, right? So like, I don't really, when it comes to like my close family, like my mom, me, and my dad, if we eat, I just like whatever's the fastest, go. My mom is probably like an amazing, the type of perfect host that you don't want to compete with because she just thinks of everything and I don't. So she would tell me, oh, but this plate is too small or this plate is too big, where like I'm trying to unload like vegetables and it's like up to the brim. And mom would tell me, no, well, you shouldn't do that because, it's ugly and like it's not professional. I was like, Mom, we're trying to eat and we have like things to do upstairs in the office. So like, why are you, we start arguing. And actually what she's trying to say is, you have to care about presentation all the time, right? Back then, people judge you based on what they see only, right? Now we're doing social media. You're probably going to get to know me basically inside and out. So it's consistency. It's harder to basically fake or like make others look, right? Because they only see the facade. But whereas me, I'm a small business owner, so I just want to get things done quick and like good, and then learn, right? So mom is she's housewifey, which is great, but I'm a small business owner. I want things done quick and done well and quick. It's just speed for me. So that being said, we got into an argument. Stupid as that sounds, but it's the truth. But what does that mean? Well, I mean, I appreciate her, She's the one telling me to fix my hair. Otherwise, I come here looking like not like this. So listen, number one. Number two is understanding. So it's very similar to what I spoke about with number one, because if you listen well, you will understand. So the thing is, when I realized that, this is when your mother's here, because like she would toss you this. Like, really? Anyways, understanding allows you to build a bridge from two perspectives, right? So my mom, growing up with a very conservative Christian background in Northern Sumatra, the expectation was that you're a beautiful woman. It would be a plus if you're educated, even it's not necessary at the time. And then you would marry off to a well-to-do husband, right? And that, have kids in the end. But, fast forward to my time in the 2000s, 2010, 2020, everything is very much more transparent. You don't have to go to, you don't have the limitations. Like, even when I was growing up, I have to look for encyclopedias. That's how I could get access to information. But with the internet and social media, I have a lot more options and a lot more figures to kind of learn from. So having that gap, it was really difficult because mom has her ego and I have my ego. I think I'm right because I have all these information and resources. Mom thinks she's right because she went. She also went to with me to US and helped us when we used to golf and travel, and so she does know a thing or two. So she has a good opinion as well. So is that to say it's one is right or wrong? No, it's just two different opinions that you kind of, in the context of problem A, you got to go maybe more with what I say because, I have, because it makes more sense. Whereas in context B, mom is right because she knows more of ABC, So once we both get our egos out of the way, actually it's more like you got two separate books and you could combine it into one, which is a lot more powerful than one little book. So that's understanding. And then number three is to say thank you. Yes. Mom's like clapping in the back. Why is it thank you? Because like as simple as honestly, with being a small business owner, I don't have much time at all even for myself. So if I have to cook on top of doing all the business related things, I would probably not sleep or like would get super like fat and like unhealthy, right? Because I would just order whatever's fastest and cheapest online. Whoops. So basically, that being said, if mom cooks and it's good, just say thank you. It's not hard and she'd appreciate it. Mom is an awesome cook in general. She has always been. I would be scared cooking next to her. But again, and when she makes like my favorite like bakso goreng, which is like basically like Indonesian meatballs with like egg roll skin. Now I'm hungry. With her soup, and her her dishes, North Sumatran dishes is yummy, and you'd be surprised how much a thank you would mean to her. Growing up with maybe like not so many affirmations, or like even like you don't have access, you cannot open up back then. It's not something that's cool, where now it's being open to mental health. It's okay to open up even publicly, but back then it's like hush hush, because it's better to show that your life is perfect, so that it looks like you're like the perfect wife or the perfect husband. But now it's a lot easier, to be honest with each other. Like if I didn't have that, openness, or my friends don't have that, I would be scared of doing this right now, because it took me years. Like, I like the camera, but it took me years before I could even do this. So the culture has shifted. So you'd be surprised how much a thank you to your mom means to her. So that being said, let's bring out the OG. Mom, do you want to come over here? No, just turn. It's okay. We only have like 10 minutes though. No, just come. Everybody, this is my mom. Her name is Joyce, but obviously in Indonesia you call by title, so Mama. Mom is one of the biggest reasons Tioria can go this far. So kudos to Mom. This is her.
Remember my birthday.
Well, her birthday is coming up. She's turning 59 years young. I hope I look. Are you really gonna wear glasses the whole time? It's okay. You look pretty though.
Okay.
By the way, she does her hair like a goddess. So I thought it would be funny to show you that this is how she. So Mom, I wanted to ask you, how long did it take for you before you felt comfortable opening up with me about, it's your ego? Because I know it took us like 2 years of basically fighting.
Yeah, at least 2 years.
Yeah. You gotta shout a little more. You guys.
Yeah. 2 years at least to understand my pretty baby, Odelia. It is really hard. Almost make me want to. Couple of times I almost give up, because I cannot understand it. I cannot accept it. Then I do not want just say okay, yes, it is enough before. But now I want to be myself. I want to understand and I want to enjoy. Like this one, I never like show to the world with my this roll rambut. Tapi since as you said itu sekarang tuh open gitu ya. It is not ugly. This is one of my favorite things that I did in my life. So it's okay. The rest of my life, yeah. A lot of people know that I like to grow my hair.
Mom, I swear, every time Mom comes around, her hair is always perfect. But she's been mastering this art since I could remember. Her hair is always in a roll, and every time she opens it up, it's like beautiful. It's annoying.
Do you want me to open it?
And then what? Take the whole attention, right? You can if you want. It's okay. I'm just kidding. But gimana?
Well, I can see that it's very hard ya. Kita susah sekali. Umur mama ini yang tadinya urus anak. Yes, mama, I'm an architect, but I left it and I did my best for my babies. Tapi when you ask me to follow your step with the future digital and everything is so fast, make me frustrated. I feel I cannot. I just cannot. But when I saw around her, I feel like, oh no, this is not enough for her. So I have to figure it out. How can I do better every day? It's hard. It's tired, and especially I have to cook by myself, and then I have to prepare myself to follow her step. That sometimes is too fast for me. It's not easy at all. Especially she want me to be a professional more and more in a business. I am not a businesswoman. It's really
Not yet. We're training her because she's OG.
Yeah. I know my feelings. I did it with my what I did in US, but when it comes to a real one, is a partner of my baby who needs someone professional, I feel like I'm so scared. But the more we understand each other, the more I feel comfortable, and I think my brain is work now.
It's more than working because Tioria is getting bigger, and you watch the whole thing in front of you.
Especially the list yang you show me.
There's so many things we have to do. The list, yes.
Oh my god.
I gave her a bunch of homework of things we have to do in the next couple of years, and poor mama.
Itu energi itu after our vote ya bilangnya ya. Kita argue, kita beda pendapat. Terus when you give that list, I feel like I can do that. It's fun gitu. Akhirnya mama going to the track that you need, and I want to be like that too, because I have certain standard too for myself.
I wouldn't go to US if you didn't let me. So give you a little context. I left Indonesia when I was 13. I was naughty. I was like in puberty. I didn't have a boyfriend at that time. I've never kissed. I've never had a boyfriend. Basically, I was like sheltered. Like I was sheltered, guys. Like she sheltered me big time. But then she's also the one like, go, see you later.
Yeah, and a lot of people say I'm crazy because I left my daughter alone, no family in a dorm, in US. Yeah, that's crazy, but I did.
Yeah, and it is probably, if she didn't believe in me when I was that young, I don't have a track record at the time. I only got like, okay, fine. I was a smart kid, like I had straight A's. But it's more like when you're coming from Indo to the US, there's also like you need life skills. I remembered my first interaction in the dorm was I burnt my muffin because I didn't know how to use a microwave. I remembered that, and I was fanning with my roommates because I turned on the fire alarm. And that was something I spoke about when I was in graduation in high school. But that's the thing, is like having a mom, like she was, yes, by default she only had a limited how do you say mom? Like ada wanita harus kayak gini. How do you say kayak?
Yeah, that's nilai seorang wanita Indonesia Timur harus seperti ini.
Yeah, she an Indonesian female from the East has to be like this. At the time, I'm sure she has that, but she was able to see me, and of course now I can't thank you enough for that, because if you didn't believe in me, I wouldn't be here. Even if it was like hard for me to come back and realize that I wanted to, that's a whole different story. But you started, even with your limited belief of what an Indonesian woman should be, you knew that I had the capacity to be more than that. So that goes to show mama does know best. Like, I'm not joking. Like, they have like we call her the bunny sense, like that thing that kind of, she knows if something's wrong. That's her. That's her right here. Okay, so we're back. Some technical difficulties. So you were saying about tadi baby well.
Ya, satu cerita yang sangat mudah tuh mama ingat terus, jadi patokan mama, because kakak suka berenang, so water is part of your life sebenarnya before golf, Mama ingat yang paling much easier itu to remember, baby whale will not fit in the aquarium, and you have to let her swim in the ocean. So do not ever let it happen to your babies. For you, Bernice. So then I have to let you go. I have to let you swim to the end of this earth. So make you bigger and bigger. That is why frustrated. Kalau mama, I cannot help you more than what I can do gitu. I want to learn tapi where I can start gitu. I don't know how to like jump to which part that like really help you. I know with my career I have enough. I already happy. But for you need someone like at least now you can count and ask. So then I try really hard.
Yeah. Yes, true. But well, I mean, since we have to wrap up the video in like now, what are some advice that you can share to the mamas yang that's struggling to deal with, relate or connect with their daughter? And then what are some advice you would give a daughter to a daughter who's struggling with getting along with mom?
Ya, kalau mama bilang kalau mama, you have to learn. We have to learn. With this different era, we have to accept. We can say that they are smarter than us. So if we are older than them, it doesn't mean you are smarter than them. This is the new age, new beginning. So we have to be humble to learn, and then it will help our kids. Tell you the truth, this is help.
Kind of like what we struggled with in the beginning, right? You're very east, I'm very west.
Yeah.
So it was hard for us in the beginning because both of us think we're right.
Yes.
And then once we understand, there's times where we sway to your side, and then there's times when we sway to my side. We got along great. But yeah, and what about advice you would give to daughters who are...
Satu lagi, kita mesti menghormati anak kita. Tell you the truth. We have to respect them. You cannot like say, oh, this. No. This is not the time anymore. You have to learn. You have to listen to, not them only listen to us, but we have to listen and understand, and we will be all right. We did it, and I love it. It's naturally like this. Before it cannot. I don't want like give an advice. It's not working. I can see when I respect their opinion, there will a bridge between parents and daughter and son.
More mother-daughter lah, because we're more emotional.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for watching this far. I hope that was helpful. If you like this content, don't forget to like and
Subscribe.
Yeah! I know! I didn't know
It's me. Yeah, I saw it. Yay!
Thanks, Mama.
Yay.
Bye.
Bye.
Action.